Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for tuning in. I am your host, Dr. Joretta Carey, welcoming you all aboard as we move full steam ahead. My guest for today is an honor student in the 12th grade at Queen's College. She is also the recipient of the top score of the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology's examination in mathematics back in 2017. She is also a member of the National Society of High School Scholars. In 2015, she received the Bahamian Icon's Rising Star Award for her work with Ribbons for Life. She has also been awarded numerous other prizes in entrepreneurship. Most recently, she was a runner-up in the Doctors Hospital Bridge to the Future S.T.E.A.M program. Welcome to the show, Miss Téja Munnings, founder of Ribbons for Life.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Téja. It's so good to finally meet you. I've been following your work on social media, in particular Facebook, and I'm so excited to have you join me today on Full Steam Ahead.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. I see that you are a 12th grader. Wow, doesn't it feel great to be a senior?
Yes, it does.
Great. In terms of the whole coronavirus situation and everything, how has that changed the way you're doing school right now?
Well, school, we still get our work and everything. I think it's more rigorous than when we're actually in school. And then you're not able to be around your friends. And most activities that we get to do in school, we cannot do. So it's a bit stressful, but I'm getting through it.
Wonderful. And I'm sure you're looking forward to your senior year just the same, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. But we're here to talk about Ribbon for Life. Wow, I've seen the wonderful display of colors and all of the creativity that's put into the program. And so tell me, what exactly is your inspiration behind this initiative?
Well, I wanted to make a difference in the world. Cancer has always been prevalent in society, and many only knew about breast cancer. So I wanted to recognize and bring awareness to all cancers.
Wonderful. So, was your work inspired by any personal stories?
Not in my family. When I was 9, I wanted to make a difference, and I was at St. Thomas More at the time. That was my primary school. And we always gave funds for breast cancer in October. And then I found out that one of my schoolmates in a higher grade, Daquan Brown, who had leukemia and later succumbed to this disease, as well as a little girl, Zion Knowles, who also had leukemia, and we both attended St. Anselm's. So knowing these two, it led me to my initiative, but it wasn't anything that was in my family, like personal like that.
Okay, and I am definitely familiar with the Quan, like you said. And of course, we know that last month was observed as Childhood Cancer
Yeah,
Awareness Month. And of course, currently we're in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So,
yeah.
what are some of the other awareness or causes that you support? You mentioned, cancer. Anything else?
Well, it's just mostly cancer. Well, Ribbons for Life was mostly just for cancer. Myself, I do give back to different underprivileged children, but Ribbons for Life is just meant really for cancer.
Okay, great. So, Taya, once you decided that this was something that you wanted to assist with, how did you go about getting started?
Well, I was 9, so I did speak to my mother about it, and my cousin. My mother's cousin, actually. She's a seamstress, and I've always went to sewing classes with her in the summer, so I knew how to sew. So I spoke to all two of them and I told them about my idea, and they both helped me. So with the sewing part, because the ribbons are handmade, me and my cousin came up with the idea to use the different colors. I decided that I was going to use the different colors that represent the different types of cancer, and we came up with a design to form it. And then my mother went about finding ways to get it out there and tell other people. And that's how it really started.
Great. So, of course, we know breast cancer is represented by the pink ribbon, childhood cancer is represented by the gold. Can you enlighten us on what some of the other colors represent?
Um, Lung cancer is represented by white, brain cancer is represented by gray, liver cancer is represented by emerald green, lymphoma is represented by lime green, prostate cancer is represented by light blue, just to name a few.
Wonderful. And so it seems that you are busy all year round. So, when
Yes.
do you really make the time to create the ribbons and your other products?
Well, because I am busy, when I don't have the time to actually make the ribbons, if I don't, I taught my aunt how to make the ribbons, and I also taught somebody who works with my mother. And so if they have the time, they would help me out and they would make some ribbons for me just to help me when I'm pushed for time or I have a really busy schedule.
Wonderful. It's great that you took on this initiative as a show of support and that you too have your support group in
Yes.
getting your support network in getting the tasks associated with running Ribbons for Life sorted out. Great. So, apart from ribbons, do you offer any other types of products?
I do. I have pins, water bottles. I actually have some here. I have pins, and the females can wear these. And I also have this pin for the males, they can put on. And then we have decals that you can stick on your car or maybe a laptop, wristbands. The kids kind of like these. And it says, change the world, change you. Because my favorite saying is, if you want to be the change in the world, you have to change you. And then, of course, my handmade ribbons. If you want it custom made, this is for breast cancer. And then this is the one with the different colors. And we also have water bottles as
Wow,
well as t shirts.
nice, very nice.
Yes. And finally, handmade bags.
Okay, wow. Do you have any masks? You know, those are in high demand
I
around this time.
actually, my aunt started this business, and I had actually asked her like a month ago if we could make masks because I know that's coming. A lot of people need it now because of COVID, and we have to wear it. So I was thinking of making masks, and we could put the logo on the side. I did ask her to start that.
Great. I really love to see the innovation.
Thank
And
you.
it's important for you to, capitalize during a time like this. So I'm looking forward to seeing those masks for sure. So Taya, you mentioned about the great support that you've gotten from your family members and other adults. But what is the response been like from your peers, your classmates, and other young persons?
Well, in primary school, at Sonoma Mall, all of the staff and students, and as well as their parents, purchased ribbons and other products, as well as all of the Catholic schools throughout the Bahamas showed their support in purchasing ribbons And when I got into high school at Queens College, the administrators allowed me to bring my products to school and set it up and sell to the students. And they all showed awareness by purchasing ribbons and other products such as the wristbands. A lot of them really liked the wristbands.
Great. And so it just goes to show that you're never really too young, right, to make a difference. And once you're
Right.
passionate about something, you will definitely be able to use your tools, the various ideas, and you will definitely find a community to support you. Okay?
Yes.
So, no matter what ideas that you have out there, write them down, share them with a community of persons who will support you, and you will be surprised at the difference that can be made. But everybody
Definitely.
has a difference to make, and wonderful. I'm glad to see that young Miss Munnings is doing just that. Wonderful. So, about how long were you involved in this initiative, Ribbons for
I would say 7 years, 7, 8 years.
Life? Okay, and what has been some of the highlights of that time? Did you get to
Um,
meet cool people or work with any cool companies?
I did. Well, I was recognized at the Cancer Society Ball in 2015. I won a Bahamian Icon in the section Rising Star in 2016, and I was actually the youngest to ever win that award. I was runner up in the Deltec Initiative in 2019, and I also won the EY Entrepreneur Award in 2019. And then with ribbons, when I sell ribbons, I get to meet people who come down, maybe looking for ribbons, who's not from here. It's been a very unique and amazing experience.
Wonderful. And this is something that I can definitely see continuing and expanding, right? Because there are so many causes that need support. And
Yes,
I'm glad that you have found your individual niche in doing that.
thank you.
I also see that you want to become a medical doctor. Have
Yes,
you decided on an area of interest as yet?
I have. I've always wanted to go into pediatrics, but recently I've been watching Grey's Anatomy, and maybe during the experience in medical school, I may switch my field, but I do
Yeah,
love kids, so there is a chance that I may just stick with pediatrics.
wonderful. Wonderful. I'm sure whatever discipline you choose, you will excel at it because we can see that even from an early age, you have a natural heart of care and compassion. And that's
Thank you.
definitely at the core of making a great physician. So you're well on your way to doing just that.
Thank you.
We'll be back after this short break. And we are back with Miss Téja Munnings of Ribbons for Life. She's sharing with us on this wonderful initiative, and it's so interesting to find out the work that this young lady is doing in her community and her country. Now, I want to switch it up a bit. I cannot let you come on full steam ahead without engaging you in a segment that I call blowing off some steam. All right. So I am going to ask you a question in each of the categories: science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And you'll just give me an answer. Okay.
Okay.
So are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. I believe that you are taking up the sciences in terms of your chosen career path and what's not. So, which is your favorite science subject?
I would have to say chemistry.
Oh, chemistry. Okay, wonderful. And why is that?
I don't know. From I started doing combined science, I always liked chemistry. Um, I guess I'm also better at chemistry, but I enjoy the topics in chemistry. I It's just yeah, I prefer chemistry over physics and biology, but I love all of the sciences.
Okay, in high school, physics was my least favorite subject, still is, and even through college, and biology was my favorite of these three.
Okay.
Okay, and now in the category of technology, do you have a favorite tech gadget?
I guess my phone,
Okay, and is that Apple or Android?
Apple.
All right, she's a part of the Apple nation. And so, how do you use your tech tools to make it easier for you in entrepreneurship or even school?
With well, people can contact me. I think phones make it easier with communication. There's always a way to find with technology to find a way to contact people. Also with school, like a lot of my classes have groups. So the teachers are able, you could easily get in contact with them if there's any issues. So the phone does make it easier, does kind of make life easier when you're using it for good.
Okay, great. Are you allowed to carry any tech gadgets onto your school campus? And if
No,
so, what?
ma'am.
Okay,
If we were in school, no, ma'am.
okay. But I'm sure that you do make use of technology to complete assignments and do other
Yes,
things.
definitely.
Okay, great. Now, I think this combination and this question, sorry, is going to kind of combine both engineering and art
Okay.
because earlier you already told us that, you designed the ribbons. And of course, it was something that you had to conceptualize and then bring to life. So, what was that process like? Did you have like tons of drafts before you really came up with, I call it your signature piece, right? That
Mhm.
nice colorful one that looks more like a flower. Yes, tell us
Yeah.
a bit more about that because that's a really an artistic work.
I mean, I did go through a few ideas. Like me and my cousin just sat down thinking of different um, shapes we could form it into. But I guess when we got to the idea of the flower and we kind of played around with it and we sewed it together, I was like, yes, this is it. I like this one.
Right? You had a winner.
Yes.
Great. Now in the category of math, I know that you are the top recipient or the top scorer in 2017 for your BJC results. So what about BGCSE and any other math examinations you've taken?
Well, PGCSEs, they were late this year, and we just completed them about 2 weeks ago. So those results have not came back yet. Math is my favorite subject, and I am hoping that I do get it again in BGCSE as well as with SAT. I took SAT once, and I think I did well on the math section. I got a is out of 800. I think I got a 640 out of 800. And
Great.
when I do it again, I'm definitely aiming to get higher and over a 700.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. For a young person who doesn't really see the usefulness of math, what can you say to encourage them? Is math something that we actually need? Because some people think that, hey, I don't really need math. What do you say to them?
I think I think math is something that you will always need. I mean, it may not be as necessary in every field, in every job, but a lot of people, like, you could walk into a store and somebody could rob you because you could just be in front of a cashier and they could take your money because you probably don't know, you didn't calculate this, or just not being knowledgeable. I feel like math is necessary for you to get around in life. It's just not like a lot of people think, okay, well, you may only need math for, um, maybe medicine, because I know you need sciences and math, or you may only need math to be in accounting. But I think you need math. Math is a basic, like something that you need.
Great. Yes. Math is very, very critical when it comes to the field of medicine in particular. And
Yeah.
so it's assuring to know that you already have a great handle on math because there are tons of measurements that have to be done, even measuring doses of medication and so forth. And that can be the difference between affecting somebody's quality of life,
It can.
and of course, we know that even every second counts when you're dealing with serious situations and so
Yeah.
forth. So math is something that you would definitely need to apply then. And of course, in all of the areas you mentioned, math is just necessary
It
to
is.
smoothly carrying out your day-to-day activities. Great. So, Téja, can you let us know how we can find out more information about your products? Give us some information on social media presence and so forth.
Well, I do have an account on Instagram and Facebook, Ribbons for Life, the number four. And in order, like, where you can get your ribbons, I do live in New Providence. But you can always contact, like, my mother's number or my number, and we will find a way to get it to you. Because and we can also, like, you can also send, like, orders through Facebook and Instagram. But I have gotten ribbons to the Cayman Islands, to the US, Abco, Freeport, or Eleuthera, like, just to name a few places. So if you want a ribbon and you're not in New Providence, you will get a ribbon or any other product that you wish.
Awesome. And I definitely want a ribbon. I'm trying to record ribbon list, but that's going to change really soon. Awesome.
Thank
So, do
you.
you have any final words for us today as we wrap up?
Um, I guess just stay safe, and if you are passionate about something, I think you should always do it. Just find support, find people who will support you, and do it. You can always find a way to make a difference in this world.
Great. And so that does it for today. My wonderful guest has been Téja Munnings, aspiring doctor and upcoming entrepreneur. So be sure to follow and like Ribbons for Life on all of her various social media platforms that she mentioned. Be sure to follow RBNTV Studios on all of our social media platforms. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you're sure not to miss any of our shows. Most definitely, our guest for today is a role model and a life changer. She's an agent of change for her generation. So, no matter how young you are, there is something that you can give the world. Remember this as you move full steam ahead.
No matter enlighten you. We hear you. Please listen. There is a point of view.